Avert project we started in 2000. We were asked to determine is it possible to interact with the vehicle using remote sensing or telematics to improve the performance of the engine or to reduce the emissions.
Well, the great thing about the Avert project and some of the related research which started because of Avert led into us looking at tools for reducing emissions in urban areas.
So most of the petrol engines will consume approximately 300 grams, and that's based on various operating conditions. The vehicle manufacturers can optimize the performance of the engine to get optimum fuel economy. So that means you can tune the vehicle for a specific legislative emission targets.
We have a number of projects which are running, all tackling part of the same overall problem, and the same overall problem is basically that there are 1 billion vehicles on the roads of the world right now, and so they are creating all sorts of emissions, congestion, all sorts of stuff which we need to do.
Recently we have done a work for Transport for London. It is not a purely diesel vehicle, it's a hybrid vehicle. So we could apply the same strategy, and we could evaluate and find out how you can optimize your engine and vehicle for a specific route.
So my job is environmental manager for transport emissions. We do a lot of real-world emissions testing as well, our own testing. The new Euro 6 legislation is coming in, well, it's in this year, and the buses are starting to come in place, and that's for the first time that's been a very effective emission standard.
So what we have done is we combined the experimental data with the numerical simulations and then embedded this data on a Google Earth. So now when you are driving a vehicle and in a real time, you will be able to see that the amount of fuel consumed for a specific driving, the amount of emissions produced for a certain type of driving, you will be able to see specific to specific location.
There's 8,700 buses in total in service in London, a lot of buses. We have around 600 hybrid buses at the moment. By 2016 we'll have 1,700. So this research will help us definitely focus them in the right areas.
We've had many student projects over the years, so undergraduate projects, postgraduate projects, and indeed we run some modules which specifically introduce sustainable engineering.
A long time ago, in 1998, I came here to study automotive engineering. So I started in 1998 and graduated in 2001, BEng in automotive engineering.
And two of our MSc students decided, even though they came here for MSc in racing engine design, and they learn all the combustion characteristics, engine optimization, and so they decided to evaluate the emission performance of this particular engine, and they gained very good insight into formation mechanisms and control mechanisms of reducing this pollution, and both of them are working with the Ferrari.
All of this sort of comes together within the entire sort of cradle of future mobility.